and you guys 10-0 just flat out destroyed it. Absolutely crazy. Now, the NA scene, they're just struggling massively right now, yet they've got all this money, they've got all this power. What's going on? Like, you guys are trashing them right now.
Well, as I was just packing up and leaving, then I could hear Thorin and Richard Lewis and Sir Scoots talking about it and how they should like be playing better and stuff. I think the fact of the matter is the NA scene is just they just have the wrong mix of players together, and they're just I don't know. They're expecting to be good. They seem rubbish. Let's be honest. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And the problem I'm having right now, also when I was leaving, I heard Thorin saying like, oh, the Liquid were playing bad, Liquid this, Liquid that. How about we get some credit? You know, we've come over here all these times. We've beaten Dignitas, Flipside, 3D Max. We beat Fnatic. We just beat Liquid. We should have beaten them by so much more. It was our misplays, not them playing anything good. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe this is going back to like the American thing. These guys are all on salaries and getting paid now. Yeah. Does that take away from their passion for the game? Because like from Australia, this isn't our full-time job. You know, this is secondary for us, and this is the thing we love so much. And I don't know, maybe that's why we're playing better than them.
Okay, that's actually have to leave
this event. And like the slump and stuff we had, look, I'm going to acknowledge we did have a slump and we didn't play very well. But hearing the rubbish like from the casters coming out saying like we were trash, basically, I read a Gosu Gamers interview where they said we weren't even a threat. It's ridiculous. Like we were at the Cologne Major and we beat Titan. We did better than the American teams did, and we just like get flack. The American teams go to so many more events to us. They get to practice in a much better environment, and then the casters sitting up there talking trash. Like I'm probably going to make an enemy of myself right now, but I don't really care. We had something to prove. We proved it, but we still got to get out of the group, you know? And I don't even think we got out of second gear in that game. We need to get into first gear. I reckon we can top this group and win this competition.
Made them? Have you been looking back on what happened in that previous, you know, matchup?
Nah, we've just been trying to get our swagger back. Nothing was telling us we need to walk with a bit of attitude. We need to get back to the original Renegades Vox Eminor vibe that we had, and if we can bring that, we're going to trash these American noobs.
Can't take the last man down. SPUNJ survives with 13, and that means a one-on-one now commences. And smartly, SPUNJ has gone through the smoke. Freakazoid's late to respond, and it's a long rotation for he as well because there's no one to boost him in the vents. He's just going to have to let this happen, and he's not yet aware of the fact that it is.
He knows it's definitely possible, but it's a game of chicken. You know, he doesn't want to just commit himself towards sprinting over towards the A bomb site. And this is, well, aggressive play from SPUNJ. He's got a Galil at long range, just wants to spot him out, but Freakazoid with the USP is prepared for it. SPUNJ with almost no HP
like,
takes a
risky
risky
skins,
peek.
which is unacceptable. That's kind of what sent me into a pretty depressed spiral for a couple of months there. We had up and down results, like we beat Titan, but then yeah, we lose to Easy Skins, and then we beat CLG, and then we get 16-0'd by Luminosity and stuff, and it's not acceptable, and it's, I can't think of an excuse to make, you know? There's no, I guess, there's no rationale for us being like that, other than it's our own fault and we need to fix our problems. So we sit there and we talk as a team, and we don't make excuses for ourselves. We go, this is an issue, this is an issue, this is an issue, and if things just like don't get better, then we just fucking suck. You know, that's basically it.
Well, you talk about your team being sort of forgotten, or if the other team wins, it's like something they did, or if you win, sorry. But could that be because today teams are defined with a certain kind of texture? Like it's usually a carry player and he's carrying, or it's like everybody's a superstar, and whereas for your team it's like maybe the way I feel it's presented is that sometimes like there's no like carry or there's no roles on the team.
Yeah, like I guess we have players who show up some days and who don't on others, which is pretty much unheard of nowadays. You know, like you said, lots of teams have their star players and they always seem to frag, and it's something that we kind of need to address. Like, is it me with bad in-game leading, putting my players in different positions every time we play, and the star fraggers can't do what they need to do? Am I not calling the right strategies to let my star fraggers shine? Do we have issues as a team, you know, saddling up and coming to the events and being switched on? Those are all questions that we have to ask ourselves, and that's a very good point. I'm sure there's lots of things to the argument that we could look at, but I just think we need to, as a team, play better, and that's simple. Like today, we got 3 wins, but that last game there versus Enemy was really close, 16-14. They almost got the draw. That would have given them the first seed, and that would have sucked. But lucky Havoc clutched that 1v1. But yeah, I just think like I don't think we make excuses. I definitely don't think we make excuses for ourselves. And we understand when we play bad. You know, we're the ones who get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people messaging us on Twitter like death threats and saying like fuck you for losing all my skins and shit. Like we're the ones who sit there and we cop all of that. And I understand that casters and everything, they have to critique the players. That's their job. Like I get it. But I just think like, yeah, I probably just overreacted. Sorry, everybody.
Do you mind the memification of that statement though? You know, like people put it to that "when I'm Renegades" thing, and it's like the rounds going by and then 16-0, or do you think that's just a learning experience with the Luminosity result?
Any publicity is good publicity. Like, you know, like it sucks to lose, and it sucks to lose 16-0, and that's going to be with us for the whole time we play. So is the loss to Easy Skins, so is the loss to Australian teams, but everybody has stuff like that, you know. Until we can actually build a legacy and a name for ourselves that like deserves for that stuff to be forgotten, I'm more than happy for people to say whatever they want. It's not something which I go to bed at night and I go, oh shit, I'm crying because fucking a guy from some miss country is talking shit. Like that's kind of my. It's my job, you know, to not to cop shit, but I'm in the limelight, you know, I'm going to expect to cop shit. I just, like, from the people who are in the know, I would just expect more, but at the same time, like I said, it's their job to critique people. So to inflate storylines and make them seem more interesting for the general public benefits me in the long run also, so, yeah.
What can Cozzy do? He takes a shot, he misses. That's a big whiff from Cozzy. Hits the second one onto Dexter. Hits the third. That's a big round by Cozdog. He doesn't mess around when they come at him, boys.
I never do shout-outs, but I feel like for you I will. So if you have any that you need to say, or you're contractually obliged to thank sponsors or anyone, now's your chance.
I probably am contractually obliged, like to say thanks to Renegades and our main sponsor Alpha Drop. But the main one is thank you to all the fans. Not a cop-out, legit. Thank you for all your support and much love.
And it's good to see you doing so well, man. I feel like we've come a long way in a fucking long time, you know? It's awesome. Thanks, brother.